everyone, and welcome back to the Bocketts Farmyard Classroom with me, Farmer Hannah. Now in today's video we're going to take a look at some of the farm produce that we make here at Bocketts and also other farmers and what they make around the country too. So let's have a think. What farm produce is there? Eggs, wool, vegetables, fruit, crops, meat. I wonder if you can think of any more. British farming is really important. Now the farmers are working around the clock to keep the country fed and to tend the British countryside. Are you ready? Come on, let's go. Here at Bocketts Farm, we have lots of sheep. Now we have a flock of around 400 ewes, and they all have a lovely woolly coat. So one piece of farm produce that we make lots of is wool. And once a year, the shearers will come in to shear the fleeces off our flock. Farmer Martin and Louis will round up all our sheep, bring them into the discovery barn where they're shorn. But it's not just the sheep. Do you remember what other animals have their fleeces and their hair shorn? The alpacas and llamas, well done. Now, alpaca fleece in particular is far softer and more luxurious. That's a good word. And you can sell both the wool from the sheep and the soft alpaca fleece at market to be turned into lovely pieces of clothing or rugs. Now, sheep farmers, like Bocketts Farm, couldn't make a living just by selling the wool alone. It doesn't make much money. Only 80p per kilo. Not much at all. Have a look around at home and see what's made of wool. Do you have a woolly jumper? Or maybe a woolly hat from the winter? Have a think about the journey that wool has taken, starting on the sheep and ending up in your house. Now, two things that Bocketts Farm can produce a lot of is hay and straw. Now, we've got lots of fields at the farm, and in those fields, there's lots of grass. And if we leave that grass to grow nice and long, and we don't put cows or sheep on it, because they would eat it down, we can then cut the long grass in the summer, leave it to dry, and produce hay. So the hay is what we can feed for lots of our animals. They love it. But if you remember, there's also something they need for their beds, and that's the straw. Now the straw is made from the stalks of the cereal crops that we harvest in the summer. Again, it's left to dry and baled up to make this crispy straw. But what is this? This is made from either wheat, barley or oats. Now, wheat can make something else, not just straw. Something you might be using at home to bake with. And that's flour. But how do we get from this to this? The crop is harvested and then it's ground down in a milling process until it's really, really fine. That's when you end up with the flour that you'll see at home. The oats might be used and rolled to look like this. And you might have porridge. Or are you making flapjacks? You're probably using some of this for that. And the barley, probably going to our animal feed. They love it. Some farmers also grow oilseed rape, which is then ground into cooking oil. So you can make all sorts of things from our crops. Here at Bocketts Farm, we have about 50 chickens, but some farmers have hundreds of chickens. Think how many eggs they would get. Now, eggs are a fantastic farm produce that we have here at Bocketts Farm. The chickens lay eggs, the ducks lay eggs, and the geese lay eggs too. What size are these? I wonder what you guys do with your eggs at home. Do you cook them? Have you been painting them maybe? I know that our farmers love an egg for breakfast, lunch or dinner. I think I might have an omelette for dinner tonight. How about you? Now another farm produce item that we can make quite a bit of at Bocketts is milk from the goats. And you may have met some of our goats in our goat milking sessions. So I'll show you today how we get the milk from the animal. Because some of you may think that the milk starts in the fridge. It doesn't. It has to come from an animal like Shelly here, or maybe even a cow. But who are they making the milk for, and why do they make the milk? They're making it for their babies. Now, Shelly's babies, or kids, are much bigger, and they live out in the fields now with their friends. But she's still making milk, so we can still milk her. Do you want to see? Now, under her belly here is her udder, and that's where we'll find the milk. Can you see? Now she's got 2 teats, so I can use 2 hands. Aiming's a bit of a fun game. Here is her lovely fresh milk. Now, do you reckon, is this hot or cold? It's actually really warm, and it's come from her lovely warm body. Shelly here is a mammal, so she's got hot blood pumping round her body, keeping the milk nice and warm. Now, what other animal makes milk? A cow. Now, we don't have any dairy cows that we milk here at the farm, but there are farmers all over the country that do, and they all have hundreds of cows. And each cow can make up to 40 pints of milk a day. That's a lot of milk. Now that milk will be sent off in big trucks to be pasteurised. Now that's a long word. Pasteurised. Can you say it? Now pasteurisation is where we clean the milk. It'll be heated up, and then it'll be made really cold, and then heated up again to try and kill all the bad bacteria that might make us poorly. Now once that milk is clean, we can turn it into lots of yummy food. Do you know what you can turn milk into? How about cheese? Or yogurt? Or who likes ice cream? We do, don't we? I do. At Bocketts Farm, in our kitchen garden, we've got lots of fruits and vegetables. We've also got lots of berry bushes as well that give us tasty berries like raspberries or even currants. And we've got strawberry plants too. Now the kitchen team turn those fruits into lovely jams and jellies, and we can make that in our tea rooms. Now farmers up and down the country grow far more vegetables than we do, so next time you're out shopping, have a look at your vegetable label and see where it was grown. Now some farmers might keep animals for meat. Now some of you might eat meat, some of you might not, and that's fine. You might think of beef, lamb or pork. But animals can also be kept for other things, like their eggs, their milk, and their fleece. Next time you're having something to eat, have a think about where that food has come from. Where was it grown? Has it travelled very far? Have a think about how you can support British farmers as well. Look out for logos like the Union Jack flag or the red tractor symbol. Some brands are proud to use British produce like McVitie's, Hovis and Weetabix, to name a few. So see what you can find next time you're out shopping. Can you find those British products? Let's have a think about what farmers can produce on their farms. Hey, Star? Now, what can a chicken produce? What could a cow produce? What could a sheep produce? And what's a goat going to produce? I wonder. How about what you could turn wheat into, what you could turn milk into, and what you could turn strawberries into? So that's it from me today, and from Star here. So until next time, we'll see you later. Say bye, Star. Bye.